Hi again, guys. My name is Aaron Muller. I'm with Advantage Commercial Brokers, and we help people buy and sell businesses in Washington State. So I get asked the question quite often, how do I tell a good business from a bad business? Well, first off, you need to make sure that your objective is clear. What do you want out of a business? How much money do you need to make? Where do you need to be located? How is it going to impact your family and your life? So once your objective is clear, then what you do is start looking at various elements, and I'll go over those things that you want to look at. To start out with revenues, how much business does that company generate, and is it at a level where if something went wrong when you bought the business, it would drop to a point it'd be detrimental to that business, or is it something that you could make adjustments and recover and be fine? How many units is that company selling? So somebody that sells maybe 100,000 units a year to generate those revenues might be a little less risky than somebody that only has to sell maybe 5 or 10 things to generate those revenues. And that if you don't do that, you're done. So definitely look at that. Gross margins, markup profit margin, all that stuff is really key too, because again, if margins are low, you're going to need to make sure that your revenues are high enough to get enough profit for you ultimately in the end to pay yourself a good wage. Another thing which is obvious is your owner's discretionary income, the income generated for the owner. Going to look at that and make sure it fits the criteria for your lifestyle. Employees, look at how many employees they have. A company with one employee might be a little riskier than a company that has 10, where you can lose a couple employees here and there, and the business is going to keep operating, and there's not a blip in the production of your business. And then also their wages that they make. Are they underpaid, overpaid? Where that lies in the industry. Advertising is something that I always like to look at, because is that seller doing everything they can to get the most out of their business, or the things that maybe you can bring to the table that's going to increase those sales for that company. So that's a big deal. The other thing is the customer base. How large is that customer base? Are they at a point where again, you lose a couple customers, and your business is going to dip so deep that you can't recover, or are you going to be able to keep increasing the business because you have such a large customer base? And that comes down to the records that they keep too. Are they keeping great records so that you can get that database and market to them and grow the company? Well, the other thing is, what's the expansion potential? Do you want to expand the business? Again, that's your objective, but is it possible? If you really want to be a huge company all around, is it possible to do that, or is it going to be very difficult? Another thing, location, that's important to look at. And then lastly, I would just say look at the trends. Look at the trends that company's had for the last 3 to 5 years. Has it been stable? Has it been growing? If you see the trends really dropping, losing a lot of business in the last year or so, that's a business that you might want to be a little concerned about. For any more information on buying or selling a company, please visit our website. It's acbrokersinc.com. Thank you very much.